July 28th is the announcement of whether we're going to be in an official recession or not. Your boy Joe Biden's talking about, well, in my view, in my definition, we ain't in no recession.
Are you a freshman at the university?
No, bro.
Oh, man.
You look like a freshman.
Yeah, he like, recession? What's the definition of recession?
I sense a soul in search
Hell
of
with what the numbers say.
answers.
If it ain't a recession, I ain't calling it a recession. He just gonna change the definition of everything. A pope? What's a pope? What's a pope? That's not a definition of a pope. This is an actual pope. This is what a pope is. They changed the
I
definition
sense a
of women on
soul
you.
in
Now
search
they
of
changed the definition
answers.
of a recession. I mean, it's clear to see. It's clear to see. Ay, ay, ay. Who was the person that told us? I'm not even gonna talk about it. Who told us to do Biden? My God. We are in trouble. Woo. Hey, United States. Woo. Yikes. This is absolutely insane around here, brothers and brain. So what do we got here? We do got some brothers on Venmo. All right, so my Venmo notifications are coming in. We got a co-sponsorship on Venmo. Let me acknowledge the brother. And of course, I'm not going to say government names because I know your accounts are going to be related to government names. So I'm just going to say Mr. R. Sig, you know who you is. He says, complete textbooks for the junior college coach. Thanks for everything you do. Appreciate you. Yes, indeed. We over on Venmo. We live and well. So I have to look at notifications through email since it's not on my computer yet because I signed in. They were like, oh, confirm with your phone. And then I tell them to send me a code. They don't send it. Oh, we can't send it. What in the world is going on around here? These people bugging. These people bugging. Let's see here. Quick story. Let's acknowledge the people who have come in early with the PayPals and the Cash Apps and the Venmo. Sorry, we will continue to acknowledge those brothers here. So we got over here. Is this KT King? KT King says, Coach, when I was watching this playback to WWE, shut it down due to the Hogan Paul Orndorff 1986 heel turn footage. Yes, indeed, they did. He says, I'll listen to it later on iTunes. Yes, solid episode. By the way, thank you for reminding me. The episode on SoundCloud. You can also thank you for remembering that. And KT King also acknowledges that contact I emailed you on Friday last week. Can you the proof that you need to show me reasonable doubt your ex is unfit from a financial standpoint? It is all legal. How they can get that evidence affordable in the low price. Oh, shout out to you. Attempt to get it dismissed improperly, but there's many ways that I'm trying to. They're having because the brothers on the run, they think a brother in the Matrix. They're like, oh, we'll just look up his stuff. We'll just service his network. We'll look up his address. We'll do all of this. They call it private investigators do. I can't remember what they call it. Skip trace. They'll skip trace. They'll hire bounty hunters. And I'm sitting over here like this. Look at Martin Luther. Looking at them. I'm like, shit. I barely left the house. Junior college girls can find me only after I misdirect them a couple of times. I don't like people knowing where I live in, just so you know. I don't like people knowing. You know the city and that body. They be like, well, what part of Las Vegas? What part of Las Vegas where you live at? Gee. I don't know my damn address. I drive her here on the line. And then when I get in my neighborhood, I drive around the whole damn block. I drive in circles in a damn maze, and then I get to my spot. I might not even be living in Las Vegas. I'm just look. I might not even live in Las Vegas at this particular point. You know, have you thought about that? Shout out to Mr. Paul. I don't let people know that because the options people will tell where you live at. There's people right now on YouTube. this is what he does. Man, please, I'm Bruce Wayne with this ish. All right. So I ain't trying to with that. All right. I don't even know. Nobody knows. All right. Nobody knows. Where we at on PayPal? Did I get all of them? Mr. Triggerverse says, Coach, they ruined the Black Panther 2 straggles everywhere. Hyena forever. And W's are officially men of the so I haven't caught up on Black Panther 2. I know they released some footage. And guys, man, when we get to this, or this particular hit piece on masculinity, we're gonna see how much they left out, how much of the story they left out. They literally are acting like nothing's happening. They're not doing a complete gender swap on everything. We'll get to that. Shout out to Triggerverse. I haven't seen the commercial yet, so I have to see it to believe it. I have to see it to believe it. All right, who we got here? We got, where we at here? Who is this? We're gonna call you E-Dot. Shout out to E-Dot. He says, I wasn't even finishing watching today's stream. They got I blame you on this one. Free Agent Lifestyle Chapter 8 should be mandatory for men to know. All right, appreciate that, man. Do me a favor, check out the Free Agent Lifestyle book. I appreciate you. There you guys go right there. All of the information in there is life-changing information for men. I guess Vice, is it a magazine and the Vice News outlet? They're not giving any reasons for men to continue to follow the path. So this idea that they're leaving money on the table, men want to know, but what they're calling us is some sort of hate group or misogynist information, anti-feminist, actually anti-feminist for sure. And they're lumping groups of men in there. So get the Free Agent Lifestyle book. Yeah, it's 10 chapters. Goodness, of course, with the beginning in the intro. An intro. Like the best album out there. And shout out to the producer. Contact with me. We will get back to you. Mandatory. It should be mandatory. Harrison says, how long can XXs make RP content before we believe them? Oh, you're talking about the women that are blowing up on YouTube in terms of they're making content. So yeah, that's something that you got to figure out. I mean, that's the stuff you have to figure out. So there's a couple of female content creators that are becoming somewhat popular. They do show up in my news feed. Some I'm subscribed to, some I'm not. I rarely ever watch their videos, but I realize that they're getting a lot of views, and it's going to be one of those.
I need to get this to Griswold.
Unfortunately, many men that have come into what you would call this sphere have only been here for 18 months, 2 years. And many of the people that have come and gone as a creator have been warning you about this very situation. Not taking shots at female content creators, although there are some that are drawing audiences in. But people have warned you of the community. People have warned you about listening to certain people that haven't had skin in the game. How they will react during a divorce. Right? Nobody knows. Some of these women are young women. They're idealistic. They're optimistic. Many of them don't have any kids. Many of them haven't been through the entire marriage. Some of them have. Some of them haven't. I always find that when I watch them, they're missing the key element that would determine what their opinions would be. The real feminists would come out. Like, if some of them don't have kids, and I'm like, what are you talking about? That's key. That is a key element. No kids. You don't know how you would react or how you would deal with your husband and or boyfriend in that situation. You got 0 kids. You haven't raised any kids. You haven't wiped any asses and boogers off nose. You haven't done it. Okay? So you're missing a key element. You might be able to talk about dating, but then when you talk about marriage, you ain't okay. So the next element is they've never been married. Okay, so they're missing the kids and they don't have. They haven't seen hide nor hair of a divorce court. So they're missing key elements. Longevity in relationships, right? They've never had a relationship longer than 3-4 years. Like, what? Like, what? Okay, so we talk about dating advice, but you're missing like 70% of the equation. And so with that, even if they don't have a partner, they're without a partner. I'm like they haven't cohabitated. Like, what advice can they offer you other than see So with that, I'm just saying, men have, since there's a lot of new men that are watching us, you miss men that warned you about that particular thing. And I'm not identifying one or the other because I really can't identify. There's some that I met from the beginning. Sorry with names. But Jennifer Molesky, I believe is her name. I met her in public twice. So I know her. The element, which is children, I believe. And she's a lot older and she's married. So she has those things, but she doesn't. So I don't know how she would be in those situations. But the rest of them, I don't believe I've met. Some have tried to reach out to me and I have no interest. Like, what? I don't have women on my show. So they're trying to bring me, either they're trying to bring me to their show or they want to come on my show. Neither I'm interested in. Nope. All right, I don't have any time for this. I'm not interested in neither one of them. Like I barely go over to other men's programs. There's a dude that hit me up. He got 3 million subs. And I still ain't even got back to him yet. So never feel bad if I never return a email. If I've never returned an email, people reach out to me with major channels and I'll be like, I can't remember the channel. I had my son look it up. I was like, oh, they emailed me. I was like, look them up. I got 3 million subs. I'm still over here. I'm still over here, left them hanging, bro. That's this. It's just one of those things, man. I fail miserably at responding. I mean, that is a total F. I'm an A+ everywhere else, but I'm a straight flat up F in responding to people. F. I just can't do it. I just can't. Like, it's hard to get me to sit down and be like, respond to email. It's damn near impossible. Damn near impossible. So anyway, you literally got to be grabbing me to here, grab me to, like a guy that wants to do a sponsorship. He actually was like, I'm in your town. I'm in your town or near your town. I'll come to you. We'll meet. That's how you get a hold of me. Negative blow up my channel. But I know people will be like, hey, you can go here. You can negatively blow up your channel. Fresh and Fit did the whole circuit. If people aren't on you, you're just actually asking for the wrong attention. You go over there because they got good numbers, and then they rickroll your ass. Sorry. And they still roll your ass over there. Shit, I should have done my research. Your Vice magazine, whatever it is. Nah, F all that. You literally gotta track me down. You gotta track me down. I'm hard to find too, so I'm just letting you know. And then the wrong people saying the wrong thing. Man, look, I'm comfortable doing this right here. Right here. Let me stay right here. You want to sponsor the show? Sponsor the show. I'm good. Jake Paul, KFI, KSI, whoever all these people are, man, come find me. Do what we want to do. I'll go in the boxing match. Do what? Hey, put $1 million up. I'll show up. If it's just to shoot the shit, I'm not interested. I ain't interested in shooting the shit. All right, I already shoot the shit twice a day on my damn channel. What the hell I gotta say on this? Same shit. I'll stay over here, bro. Look, I'll stay in my studio and drop off. Yeah, if you want me to play on your video game team, let me know. You want me to play on your little video game team, Phase CGA? I'll play in your video game team. I'm good over here. But if you trying to just interview and then you gonna try to ruin my rep and all of this shit, I ain't trying to get on none of that. I ain't trying to debate. Oh, that's another thing. I'm not trying to debate. I really don't give a ish what people have to say on the other side. I done heard it all the last 46 years. Ain't nothing you can say to change my mind. Oh, perhaps you'll change my mind. You know, I went to Satan
I
Center
sense a soul in search of
and we kicked
answers.
it. And then we were somewhat in the same city at one particular point. So we was like, hey, let's just do this. And I went over to his place and we did it. That was simple. That is how simple it has to be. You gotta make it super simple. If you're like, hey man, let me get, I'll put your ass on the schedule. I'm gonna forget about you tomorrow. I'm just letting you know how I work. And that's kind of what I do, man. That's kind of what I do. So anyway, I just like to stay in my own little stuff. Stay over here. Where we at? Elijah, Elijah Bryan says, who here can name 5 WNBA players? All right, so we're going to talk about that in a minute. 5 WNBA players. WNBA. So anyway, people are like, oh, you can get it. He said the old dad of the manosphere. Yeah, dude, I shut down. If you ain't a junior college, like, look, have a 20-year-old or a 22-year-old woman get a hold of me.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
Like, I'm over there kicking it, having pool in the damn cafeteria in the student union. Find me up over there, all right, if you want me to do something. But if you out here trying to email me, waiting for me to come back, I pull up my email sometimes. I'll be like, damn, I did not ask for this. Oh my gosh, I pull up my DMs, like my DMs. I don't even see the DMs. I guess they're on the request side. Every now and then I'll be like, let me press the button. Let me press the requested DM. Like, these are people that I guess that I don't follow or they don't follow me. I can hardly believe. Oh my God. What is this? Is there somebody I can hire for this? What is this shit? This is too much. Is this how people communicate? God dang. What the hell? DMs? Man, I'm too old for DMs, man. I'll be looking at my screen. Hold on for a second. Let me show you what I look like looking at DMs. Hold on. This is me. This is me on my Instagram. I literally go to my page.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
Great. And then I do this. I post. I have an editor that edits my reels. I download them from my drive. I post reel, post it, caption, and then I close the app. I'd be like this.
And that's you.
Sometimes I'll scroll because I'm following some people, and I'd be like, all right, there goes Fresh. There goes King Keto. All right, there goes Dan Bilzerian. There goes Jay Vincent. All right, there goes House of Highlights. I'll scroll like 3 or 4 times, and I'm like, or and then I'm like, you know what? Somebody. I go to the DMs. I can't even find it. Oh, there it is. There's a number. I look at the DMs and I say, what is this request tab? Holy shit. Look, there's blue check marks all up and down here, bro. I haven't even responded to them. What the hell? Look at this. Blue check mark, blue check mark, blue check mark. Nothing from me. Oh my God, I better get on my game. Rappers follow me? What the? Oh, okay, hold on. I better check these things. It's just so tedious. Anybody on the job with my DM? I'm in India, coach. Like, if anybody has tried to start beef with me, it's like, see, I got them to not respond. I haven't even looked at your thing. Look at these girls' feet pictures. Look at these feet pictures in here. Look, I'm gonna show you. Feet pictures. Anyway. People are like, you're missing, you can make a bag over there. I know. But you got to get me to settle down. Where are we at? Oh, anyway. Yeah, I haven't even looked at no diss. Now, that's another thing. If people are trying to diss me, because I know people are over there. You misogynist. You ugly yellow bearded. I don't know what names. I haven't seen your DM either. All right, let's get into the show. Let's look at Brittany Renner acting up out here already. It's hot. Everybody knows Brittany Renner. Here she is going crazy on somebody in the stands at Rolling Loud. I'm assuming this is a concert. And she all tiny and all this stuff. And here she is getting in some dude's face. I think the dude is really not saying much to her, but quoting some lyrics. And she's into her feelings. And let's go ahead and see what happens.
Brittany Renner getting into it at Rolling Loud.
Oh boy, somebody. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, who are these draggle daggles throwing water bottles in there? How did they get on the other side of security? And you see, security, oh, the simp enforcers came in quick. So that's what happened with her. I don't know what's going on with her and why she chose to take that course of action to
Top Brittany Renner getting
taunting her. Obviously, he is instigating. I would call it taunting. She got in her feelings. She jumped up there, and she's getting in her face. Obviously, she's not a person, and he's not. So why would you even acknowledge him? But she's already finding out the hard way that her only way out of it is to assault him. I think if you spray water in the guy's face, that would be assault. And then I think the security tried to reject him. I don't have that video, but they did try to security officer. He retaliated through water on her, but he never retaliated physically, but he got rejected. Get the situation. So they're not just gonna turn and tuck tail. They're gonna have to spit on you, assault you, and then not be held accountable, and then portray themselves as the victim. So she does have an open bottle of water in her hand, so that's probably something he should have acknowledged and been prepared for. I mean, she has it right here, and now that she has lost the argument, she's supposed to step back. She can skeet down. Now, somebody pulled her away pretty swiftly here. This guy with the with no t-shirt on, she got out of there. And now there's somebody now holding back the sleep and eat. All right, so that's what it is right here. So yeah, when she lost the argument, she had to go.
Top Brittany Renner getting into it at Rolling Loud.
Gentlemen, hey man, you guys take women. You guys like to act like they're stupid. So she went up there. She had the bottle of water. That was obviously going to be used as a weapon at some point. And so after she got in his face and he appeared to be, hey, I don't care. You were in my face. And I don't care. You're Brittany Renner. You knew it was going down. Wow. She was able to get away. All right, she sleeps. All right, but here it is right now. And they're yanking on. Are they yanking on Brittany Renner? That assaulted him. But nobody cares about that. By that security team. Despicable. All right, and so that's what's going on. If you actually wonder what happened with Brittany Renner, there it is. I mean, the way she was able to get up out of there, that was incredible. Man, my God. Where are we at here? Let me make sure I'm getting everybody here. Shout out to everybody. Oh, if you were looking for my earlier stream, it got taken down because Vince McMahon or the World Wrestling Federation. All right, let's get over here. Let me see if I can just jump into the next particular thing here. We got Mr. Paralegal's going to be busy next week. All right, Paralegal's going to be like, what else do you want to say? What? Because they will try to proceed without me and get a default judgment. But I know the law. I fought the law and the law won. They don't care about the law. But they're going to find out that I care about the law. You're going to have to follow the damn. But there's also certain things going on here. So shout out to Delta Fox. He says this morning's live stream is gone. Got it out of there. He needed it. He'll be back probably by tomorrow. Nolan says they're trying to silence you in here. They trying to silence me. They're trying to handcuff me with the money and all this stuff, man. What are they doing, man? What are they doing? It's kind of tough to keep doing this. But it is what it is. We SAU. What is you? SAU says good afternoon, coach. This is my last day as SAU. I opened my new name as contractor. Thanks for all the motivation. Thanks for the information. You triggered this. Coach Gang forever. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to you. Congratulations. Get your content out there while you can.
Only announcement.
has been paid for by the New World Order.
Shout out to Bruce Hefner. He says, Friday night, I was clapping some cheeks, and all of a sudden, I kept constantly hearing your voice in my head saying, roar! Pause. I kept holding in and kept laughing. She asking me, what are you laughing at? All right, I have a rule, gentlemen. Although we do talk about segs over here, doing the Bible. I just asked you. You know, I know, but right
Not enough mana.
You pull out right when you go out the roar. I know you can't help, but and then you're like, damn, I'm thinking of CGA. Do not think of me while you about to roar. All right. I know, man. You don't want to be in that. Pause. Unless you want me in the room, you know what I mean? And you want me to get first and you sloppy second, but I'm gonna get second. KT King, when you get some time, he says, look into the hidden and quitted list that I sent you last week. All right, I'll check that out. I was thinking of it today. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow, or if we have time today. All right, let's get back to the show. Appreciate you. Where are we at here? Bill Burr in the WNBA. Bill Burr trolls the WNBA pretty hard. Not only did he troll them, he spoke facts. So you guys know my background is in women's basketball, and I coach women's basketball. I have high respect for their athleticism. Like I said, the best seat in the women's basketball game is going to be in row number 1 or 2. When you go up in the row 3 and above, it's going to start. It's going to look smaller. The athletic ability, although for women is going to be good, it's not going to be good for the common viewer, and the common viewer is going to be distracted. It will look somewhat comical if you're not used to it, right? Everything has to be manufactured. The rules are different.
Not enough mana.
Halves. College women's basketball moved to quarters. That sometimes drag on longer than necessary. In some leagues, and there's some that are there. So if there's no 10 seconds in the backcourt, which is significant. They shot clock, which will be 30-second shot clock. So they want you to be able to get it across the line. I mean, if there was a 10-second violation in women's basketball, you see 10 of them in the game. You see 10, all right, if not 5. You know what I mean? If not 5. There tends to be a lot of hell balls where you're going to have to do a possession arrow. If you had to jump ball it, it would be ridiculous. I mean, there's really no necessary to do a jump ball. Another couple of instances where the rules are different. Shot clock is going to be different. The field goal percentages are going to be lower than the men's. If there's one big rebounder, they'll just eat up the glass, and the other team will get one shot, and then on the other end, they'll give up 12. So there are a lot of differences, although they're saying they're playing the same game. Okay? And so I'm a little bit partial to women's sports, and in particular women's basketball, because I appreciate what it is. I've been around it, so I don't have but I will tell you, nothing. Matter of fact, we have a college basketball team. Other than the top good, great high school team on the men's side, on the boys' side in high school will smash a college basketball team, right? They will. Not many people want to admit that. As a matter of fact, if you put a college men's basketball team versus a college women's team, it would be ridiculous. I mean, I don't think the women would ever cross the half court. It would be that ridiculous. Okay, many varsity high school girls teams that are somewhat decent in their league probably couldn't compete with the sophomore basketball team on the boys' side. Sophomore. And the freshmen might give them a good run. The freshman boys might give them a good run. And so this is why even the college lost to a 15-year-old travel soccer team. I mean, it is what it is. So I did a great breakdown on the WNBA, the facts and all of that stuff. If you want to find that stream, listen to what Bill is failing the WNBA. but at the same time saying, well, but what we understand is women don't even watch the sport. So why are you believing that they should make just as much money as the men, or even close to making much more money than the men when they don't even watch it? Let's hear what Bill Burr has to say on this one. And he has quite a bit to say. Oh, fair use. I have to say fair use. Good Lord. Oh. And I'll give you the pros and cons to why. I'll give you the reasons why the WNBA fails. All right. Other than you see it for 5 seconds and then you just turn it off.
I saw a woman a couple months back on one of these sports channels. He started going like, I don't understand. How come female athletes don't make as much as professional athletes? And all of these men had to sit there and act like they didn't know what the answer was. They had to sit there like dumbfounded, like, I don't know.
All right, so this is a little bit of reality here. Particularly male athletes do. Right, so let me give me my. Go ahead and do my just so we don't have any problems over here. Oh yeah. Copyrighted material may, under certain circumstances, be quoted verbatim for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and research without the need for permission from or payment to the copyright holder. Right? I always try to get that in, all the way in, and I can never do it. Damn it. So anyway, here, you do that will cape for female athletes, obviously. Let's see.
I'm sitting at home screaming at the TV because you don't know. Nobody is going to women's soccer games. Playing in a seat arena, 1,500 people show up. That's not a good night.
Now, let me just give you an example. When I was coaching Division I basketball, we played in, at the time, Title IX allowed for the Title IX, the Gender Equity Act, in the educational reform. I can't remember what they call it. But anyway, Title IX allowed for women's Division I teams to play in the same arenas or a like-size arena as the men. So whatever the men got, the women got, right? They got the same locker room. So when a university builds a locker room because the men's team went to 5
I sense a soul in search of answers.
They build a new facility. They can't have a different facility than the women. So the women don't earn any money in NCAA tournament revenue. They don't earn any money in seating or popcorn or anything. They will, not many earn money, but when they build a facility, they'll have to call it a basketball facility. They'll have the practice facility for the men and the women. It's identical. It's identical. It has to be by law identical. The men's team, even though they're successful or be it unsuccessful, they can't have greater than what the women's team has. And as a result, we will play in big arenas. We will go to big arenas, and we played one year, UNLV. It was right before Christmas, so albeit the students had left. But you're not talking about the students that are going to fill up the arena anyway. UNLV. We played UNLV, Thomas and Mack Arena. All right, let me go full screen. I know I'm talking here. We played UNLV one year in the Thomas and Mack Arena. I'd be damned if there wasn't 125 people in that arena. It had to be. I remember we got on the bus after the game. We got on the bus. I looked at this.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
Like 20 pages, shot card and all this. I looked at the stat sheet. I said, I gotta see the attendance. I went right to it, like, and it said attendance 125. Thomas and Mack got to see to 18,000. All right, it has to see 18,000. And I'm looking like, what the? Because I know, man, all we could hear was squeaking shoes and bouncing balls. That's all I could hear. There was nobody cheering. The cheerleaders wasn't there. Again, it was after final exams, so students do go home. But 125. Now, a smaller venue for the women. So the smaller venue will have 5,000, and it'll still be empty. Okay, There's few exceptions that are like, well, Tennessee and Connecticut. Those are few exceptions. I played at both of those schools. Those are exceptions. There's only like 10 teams, maybe 20 that draw a good, significant crowd. Everyone else, 100 people. So with that being said, they actually went in reverse and they call it a multi-purpose arena, the smaller venue, and they won't call it the women's gym because you can't call it the women's gym. You can't even infer that the women play in that arena. You can say they use that arena and they can use the big arena as well. All right, it's actually just backwards thought. So they actually have more playing a smaller arena because to make sense, so there's not 125 people in an empty ass arena. It's actually mind-boggling. So anyway, and they also call women's basketball a head count sport, but it's a non-revenue generating sport. If you go to any college, university program, and you say, what are the revenue generating sports and what are the non-revenue generating sports? Women's athletics, most of, if not all of them, at every campus is called a non-revenue generating sport, meaning they host it, but the revenue sports support the non-revenue sports, or they will also classify it as an Olympic sport. Olympic sports generate zero. Okay, and so sometimes the football team and the basketball team funds all of the other sports. Volleyball is a non-revenue generating sport on any kind of sport. We have some programs that earn money, but the rest of them don't. All the scholarships, everything's mostly through state donors in men's and women's, men's basketball and football. That's how it's supported. Sponsored. Continue with Bill Burr. So it's a non-revenue generating sport. How in the hell do you get to the point where you're saying you get paid? So here it is. They're saying if you can support an NBA game, why can't you support a WNBA game? Let me just give you an idea. They have alternative leagues right now going on for men. One was the not the XFL, but the USFL, which was a subpar professional. I'm not trying to diss it, but it's a sub league or a semi-professional type league. They also have the Big Three men's basketball with retired athletes, retired basketball players who are somewhat 38, 40, 45, 50 years old basketball players, and they outdraw, not only outdraw attendance, they earn more than a WNBA. So minor league or sub-level professional for men outdraw the women's basketball. Why don't you want to watch? We're going to get to that.
I have men's sports to pay attention to. This is WNBA. Nobody in the WNBA. Nobody. It's a male subsidized league.
All right, before we get into that, so here we go right here. 300 or 400 might be a little short for some of these franchises. Some of these franchises do pretty well. Some of these franchises play in high school. The WNBA in a high school let them use that venue, and it wasn't even fully booked. They actually had to sneak the booking in. All right, and they filled it in with 0 paying fans. All right, in essence, how does this league survive? It's been 25 years. They've been throwing it in our face. Every year is going to be a better year for the WNBA, and it's worse. And ultimately, the NBA subsidizes it. If the NBA pulled the plug, and at which point they were going to pull the plug after 10 years. I don't know if you guys know this. I know this because college WNBA. And in essence, they were saying the NBA is going to get this up 10 years. They wanted no parts of it. Matter of fact, some of the franchises that exist today, the LA Sparks and the LA Lakers, right? The LA Lakers subsidize the LA Sparks. Some of their coaches were Laker alumni. Almost all of them were Laker alumni. At one point, Michael Cooper was the coach. What's the guy that played with Michael Jordan? Orlando Woolridge was the coach. Like, they all automatically just funneled these coaches over here. They didn't want them to coach on the men's side. We don't got no job for you on the men's side. And they just funneled these men over on the women's side. And so some of these programs had affiliation with NBA teams, and some of these owners said, cut that shit. Let them move to a little city. I don't want them to do it. They cut it. They cut it. They cut it. I think Houston, some of these other programs, they were like, no, we don't want even want no team in our area. Okay, get them out of here. And some of these teams had to relocate or fall. So again, I mean, that's a great point. If women should get equal pay, they should be there in the seats picking it up. But they don't do that. As a matter of fact, if you go to a WNBA game, it looks like a pride convention many times. So if you do want your family to go there and kids to go there, then you're looking at two PE teachers that are 55 years old still being together. You know what I mean? Then you're looking at what is this? It actually looks odd to a family member that is it's gonna look awkward. And so it doesn't bode well for a family type event. Not only that, it's in the summer, so activity, summer travel, and WNBA is just not in the summer.
Hail and sacrifice to Diablo, Lord of terror and destroyer of souls. When I awoke my master from his sleep, he attempted to possess a mortal's form. Diablo attempted to claim the body of King Leoric, but my master was too weak from his imprisonment. My lord required a simple and innocent anchor to this world, and so found the boy Albrecht to be perfect for the task. While the good King Leoric was left maddened by Diablo's unsuccessful possession, I kidnapped his son Albrecht and brought him before my master. I now await Diablo's call and pray that I will be rewarded when he at last emerges as the lord of this world.
Video of this happening too. He's going to go up to people who claim to be feminist or women supporting women, right? But then when they get, okay, well, name some players. Name the team in your area. They can't name. All-time players, people might struggle with that if you don't watch women's sport. I can. It would be relatively easy, you know, because I know all of these things. But this is the support you're saying. You should just throw money at them, but you're not supporting them.
Shows, they're making money hand over fist, because that's what women are watching. And the money listens. You don't want to watch this shit, you watch this shit. They get shit over there, crowds, and money. Purses, and shoes, and Botox. It's great. Yeah, the money listens. You'd rather watch that shit. Real Housewives, bunch of women just tearing each other down. Well, maybe that's why your husband left you. Maybe that's why your husband left. That's why you can't have kids, bitch.
All right, so here he's going off of a little tangent. Let me see if he gets off of that.
trying to achieve a common goal, actually fucking destroy each other. No. And then in the end, you come back and you fucking yell at guys. Like, it's like, all right, so let me get this straight. I have to buy you a drink, stop the axe murderer coming through the fucking window. WNBA game for you? Like, when are you gonna pick up your end of the game?
All right, so there you go right there. I mean, only people like Bill Burr and Dave Chappelle put it in a way that is actually funny and true. Because a lot of times people don't want to hear a logical discussion about WNBA athletes making money. People are like, well, nobody buys your jerseys, nobody goes to the games, nobody watches the games. It's not because they don't promote it. Guys, it's still like, I think people know it's there. And if people wanted to reach for it and were desperate enough to reach for it, they could reach for it. We just know the interest is not there. Let's face the fact. If men are going to watch as attractive women involved,
Not enough mana.
women's tennis, women's gymnastics,
Not enough mana.
tuning in. Australia's women's basketball national team started a leotard type singlet that was tight and revealing. So, as to get more people to watch, well, some people
Not enough mana.
in the scene. Because if you pull out pictures of some of the WNBA players, they look like one of your partners. And that's just unfortunate. So that sets it's not going to be set. Reason number 3 as to why female athletes at the WNBA. You're not going to even though many of them swing that. I mean, that's just the bottom line. So I do like to hear a lot of men who are not in the know always talking about, well, this girl can get it and this one's fine. And I say, you can think that all you want, but they don't deal with men. And that's just the reality of the situation. We celebrate the women who don't deal with men. Shout out to you ladies. But these women, the highly attractive men, don't deal with. Now, they might want to hide the fact that it's in order to sell some drugs, but unfortunately, sentences, straight blocks, short blocks, they're out there, they coming out here, they're not even looking like they're trying to sell them. They out here trying to compete with you in getting women. You show up to a WNBA game, this girl pulling out more hoes than you. And that's a natural fact. I've been around women for a long time. Some of them girls are alpha females, if you really know what I'm talking about. And they deal with strapping. They walk around. What are you doing? And even when the ones they put on makeup, it's all a trick. Because I'm like, yeah, they can slap makeup on that WNBA player, but I guarantee you, she don't like no dudes. She don't deal with dudes. So hear me when I say that, and I cringe when dudes be like, "Well, this play, I don't want to out people. But I don't want to out people. That you guys like in WNBA don't deal with you, and they ain't never dealt with you." Somebody said not true, and I've been sitting here. I know WNBA players. I've been in women's basketball for 20 years. Dude, there's at the professional level, very few. Stop with the bullshit. Stop with the bullshit. Don't tell me it's not true. You're going to have to come with some damn evidence. I know for a fact, at the professional level, there's very few that shoot straight. There's very few straight up arrows. There's not many arrows. There's a lot of rainbows in there. There's not many arrows. There's very less. Stop. Candace Parker got married to a male basketball player in the NBA. She divorced him and is now married to a woman. Brittany Griner's wife is being interviewed on CNN, and everybody's wondering why WNBA is struggling with viewership. That might be a problem with the mainstream, normie, family-oriented ham and egg. They're not ready for that. They're not ready for that. They're like, okay, let's support Brittany Griner. Now, everybody could probably assume that that's what she is. People in Iowa, people in Utah, people in Arkansas ain't ready for that. They be like, let's look at Sue Bird and her wife, Megan Rapinoe. As they look like two junior high school boys dressing up for homecoming. I mean, it's not going to translate into something that people are gonna watch. Even though Sue Bird is cute, I can just see it for what it is. Everybody's like, oh, Sue Bird. I'm like, bruh, I know chicks that have been kicking it.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
So it's what it is. So people that say this is not true and all that stuff, it's gonna be a hard sell. And this is why it's not selling. Then if you want to appeal to the people who want it to be equal pay for sports, you gotta have people aware of the players, and you just don't have it. Let me give you an example. Here it is right here. He said, wait, super cute. I'm just saying. A lot of times, if you're a female athlete, you do get a little bit of a point deduction on the cuteness. Yes. Especially if you were a baller. Everybody remember the one girl they used to have a crush on in high school. She was a baller on your team. She was all league and you had a crush on her. Then she got a scholarship. And then
Wow, what can I do for you?
And she wasn't all of that. She wasn't highly attractive. She was cute. And then you went over there, you saw her go to college, and you saw her come back with her girlfriend over there. And you was like, what happened? Somebody said Skylar looks good too. Well, you can wish, all right, but Skylar ain't interested in you, homie. This is just alleged, by the way. This is alleged.
Wow, what can I do for you?
Well, you can do your research. She ain't got no business yet, bro. I'm not outing people. I'm not outing people.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
Women's athletes, they actually had a joke about Danica Patrick. Danica Patrick, he said Drake got this. Drake got it. Yeah, rappers. Anyway. Hey, yeah, I'm not outing people. I'm not outing. You show up and get. But anyway. The point I was gonna make. Danica Patrick was
Wow, what can I do for you?
Female athlete. Although Danica Patrick, number one, was not that attractive. Okay, she was cute. She was not that attractive. Most of her cuteness in her appeal was when she was in her suit, and it looked cute for a woman that is somewhat average to be in a racing suit. So now that rolls her. Here you go, Liz Cambridge. I mean, come on, man. You guys are. You're not getting these women. Stop. Stop naming WNBA players that you're never going to bring salami to the party. You're only gonna be tacos. All right, stop. Bring tacos to the bar. Anyway, Danica Patrick looks somewhat cute. Now put Danica Patrick in a line with attractive women. Okay? Put Danica Patrick in line with attractive women. She ain't even hitting the skate.
Wow, what can I do for you?
So this is what we have to understand about female athletes sometimes. She looks cute being that she's a female, and she looks decent. She's not ugly, but then you take her out of the uniform, and you slap makeup on her, and then you say, put her with these attractive women. She's not that attractive.
Wow, what can I do for you?
So you guys gotta understand. When you put attractive female athletes with attractive women, it don't even come close. They're not even reaching the 7 mark. Even a woman like Anna Kournikova, she might be the rare exception where she would actually move into 8 territory into 9. She might be the rare exception, but most of them, not even close. You take them out of the uniform and you put them with regular people, regular women, attractive women. They don't even come close. So anyway, somebody wants to do a hit it and quit it on WNBA players. All right, let me do this one. Just as a short example.
Can you name any NBA players and B teams? You can, right? Can you name any NBA players and B teams?
I sense a soul in search of answers.
Now, here's the hard
I
question.
sense a
Topic of
soul
women's
in
sports,
search
do you
of
name any WNBA teams?
answers.
What's up, guys? We're here in East Village, New York City.
All right, so he's out here interviewing feminists, is what he says. Feminists can't name a WNBA team. I see Gemini Ryder. You guys are hopeful. These people, they don't have no men. Oh my God. Anyway, continue.
And we're asking people if they support women's sports, but then we're gonna ask them if they could name a WNBA player.
Fair
Who's
use.
your favorite men's basketball player? Do you have a
I
favorite-
sense a soul in search of
Do you
answers.
have a favorite women's basketball player?
All right, yeah. I mean, obviously, this person should be watching WNBA. This person should be watching WNBA. All right, but at this particular point, why would she not be watching WNBA? I figured she would be somewhat interested in WNBA, but she doesn't even know WNBA. Continue.
I forgot her name.
I forgot her name.
I mean, women deserve equal pay.
Wow. Okay. Women deserve equal pay. So this would be a feminist mindset. So that means you would actually know the product, know the numbers of people watching. You would actually know and have knowledge of the players, know the franchises, know, even if you don't watch sport and you just jump out there and say women should deserve equal pay, but you don't know the product, you don't know anything. This person should be number one in knowing a WNBA player. Let's go ahead and hear.
They do equal amounts of work. Can you name any WNBA players? No, I can't. I don't like sports a lot. Yeah, I don't know. But I think you could probably name some NBA players, right? I could. And I think that's because it's a lot more publicized. What's your...
It's a lot more publicized.
I
That
must
is
be
a
getting
myth.
close.
They're trying hard, to publicize women's sports. People show up to women's tennis and it's not as publicized. We got a redhead here, pale skin redhead. Shout out to her. All right, average at best, but she's got red hair. So that means she qualified. All right, continue.
Who's your favorite basketball? Favorite women's basketball player?
Women's basketball team. We're from Connecticut.
So you guys can name one NBA player, I'm guessing, right? You guys can do that. An NBA player, yeah. Can you?
All right, so he can name a W. Well, this guy's somewhat related. I don't know, man. Look at this. Look at this, man. That's a.
And that's you.
If that's you was a person.
And that's you.
If that's you was a person.
And that's you.
Anyway, continue.
Can you name it? Can either you name a WNBA player?
No, I cannot name a WNBA player.
Not even one. Like, come on, dude.
WNBA. I can name women's soccer players.
Give us two women's soccer players.
Man, I tell you, man. I mean, what more proof do you need? I don't know if he edited the videos out. You can't even name, bro. Like, come on. You said you can name a women's soccer player and you failed. And look at this one right here. Women deserve equal pay. Can you name any players?
Nope.
Come on, man. I mean, this is getting silly.
The name. Rapinoe.
Wrapping up.
Hope.
Yep. Oh, Hope Solo. Uh-oh. If that's you was a person.
Trapped in Russia right now. I forgot her name. Do you know what I'm talking about?
That's right. Yeah. I'm gonna give you her first name, and let's see if you can get the last name. Brittany
Spears.
Yeah, she's not taking this serious, sloppy yogurt and all.
Not a basketball player, but good try.
They're both playing the same sport. Women, so why not?
Man, I tell you, man, that's not an argument. Good Lord have mercy. That's a socialist argument. Well, they play the same sport. No, they don't. There's they're not the same. But doing the same thing doesn't require you to get paid the same. I can do it at a major corporation. You can do it at a startup. You're not getting paid the same.
Can you name it?
You're not even doing it at the same time. So if women were on the court at the same time and competing, then you have an argument.
Like any players? Any WNBA players?
And I know one.
No, damn.
Top of the head.
One. This is despicable. Not even.
No, men's basketball.
I mean, all I can think of is Michael Jordan, to be honest.
Okay, to be I can't even barely think of it. So I'll give her a pass.
But the hard question is, can you name a women's basketball team?
Not
No, I
enough
actually
mana.
can't.
What's
That's
the
not a
WNBA
surprise.
team that plays here in New York?
Oh, I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea.
The New York.
I'll give her a pass. She seems to not be interested in sports at all, so I will give her a pass unless she knows the Knicks.
There's an L?
Statue of.
Oh, is that like Liberty or something?
Yeah, New York Liberty. And the Liberty plays.
NYC, right?
Great.
Yeah.
So, can you name 5 more teams? 5 more teams for us?
Five
Or
more
can you
teams.
name-
That's gonna be impossible.
Oh, I don't
know.
Do you think women's sports should get paid more, get more recognition? What do you guys think?
Sure. We deserve equality, so.
Man, this is brain-fed, spoon-fed nonsense. We deserve equality. Nobody deserves a damn thing. Nobody deserves equality. Everything is earned.